15-Minute City is an urban planning framework that provides a sustainable solution to more equitable and environmentally friendly cities and is quickly gaining popularity. A working definition of sustainable cities are those that ensure all residents can meet their own needs without jeopardizing the health of the environment or other people's quality of life, now or in the future. One of the primary ways to achieve this is through effective urban and transport planning, such as the 15-Minute City. The idea of the 15-Minute City is quite simple. It dictates that all inhabitants of a city should only be located within a 15-minute walk or bike from all essential services. The concept hinges on four key tenets: proximity, meaning that everything must be physically close; diversity, especially in regard to mixed land use; density, and that there must be housing, businesses, and all other amenities within a compact area; and ubiquity, meaning that these cities must be the norm rather than the exception so that they remain affordable and accessible. Those last two characteristics are especially important. In order for these cities to be truly equitable, physically but also financially, they need to be implemented globally. Densification, too, is requisite to achieve the diverse land use needed to make such a solution attainable. It doesn't refer to high-volume buildings like skyscrapers. Rather, densification in conjunction with proximity refers to the minimal travel needed to reach all of the necessary functions of daily life, including housing, offices, restaurants, parks, hospitals, cultural venues, etc., in a neighborhood. So there are some challenges. For example, a potential issue might arise out of the mismatch between the location of jobs and housing, especially affordable housing for low-income workers. This issue can be circumvented by creating more local employment opportunities and more remote jobs. Another issue is that hyper-proximity cores that 15-minute cities create are usually accompanied by rising property values and gentrification, which is completely counter to the goals of the 15-minute city. But as mentioned, ubiquity is essential for the success of the framework. If these cities are commonplace, they won't be considered notably valuable, and so won't raise property values, which would make them accessible only to the ultra-wealthy. Nevertheless, striking a balance that inhibits gentrification is a primary concern for skeptics of the solution, and it's certainly a major point of emphasis in successful implementation going forward. One way to strike that balance is to increase public and active transport in cities. There has to be a fully operational, reliable, efficient, and convenient public transit system for the inevitable instances when biking or walking proves impossible. This too will connect different and further parts of a city, which can spur economic activity through boosted socioeconomic exchange. Doing so will also mean more people and consumers can be integrated into an area with more commercial and retail spaces. It'll provide a more equitable distribution of jobs and services, since different parts of a city will be connected by the public and active transport network. 15-minute cities are dependent on the availability, accessibility, and ubiquity of essential services, such as grocery stores, educational and employment facilities, health services, and so on. But their success is only feasible when constructed alongside comprehensive public and active transit systems. 15-minute cities that don't properly invest in building green spaces, public transit, and active transport infrastructure risk overdensity, which can cause congestion, increase the urban heat island effect, and generally pose a number of health risks, not to mention the risks of gentrification. The 15-minute city is a popular potential solution to creating greener cities while simultaneously promoting equity. In the aftermath of the pandemic, several cities pledged to undertake the challenge, with Paris serving as the pioneer. And while the framework's positive potential is extensive, it faces some palpable difficulties before it can be heralded as an ideal solution. Therefore, any legitimate attempt at a 15-minute city must be accompanied by the other measures discussed in this video, such as public transport and mixed land use densification policy. Thank you.